This is my fingerpicking tutorial for the Addams family. Here we go. So if we look at the fingerpicking tab, you'll see it is a 4-bar pattern. Now, just with all these fingerpicking tutorials that I'm doing, I'm just explaining that this is not necessarily rhythmically perfect. What I've done is I've tried to put the pattern on one page. So I've squashed it into a 4-bar phrase there, but if you were to write it out perfectly rhythmically, it might take a little bit more space musically. So the rhythms are not necessarily all correct, but I've got all the finger picking on there so you can see which strings to pick, and use your ear to get the rhythm. These are familiar themes we're looking at, so you can just use your ear and work out the rhythms, but follow those bars. And I've done them in bars just so I can then talk you through bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4, and it makes sense as we look through the tutorial. So just keep that in mind. But let's just work through those 4 bars now of the Addams family. So it's relatively simple. We've got some tapping in between, which is a bit tricky because you're sort of taking your strumming hand away to tap, and then you've got to go back into the finger picking straight away. So that is probably the hardest bit of this, to quickly transition from finger picking to then slapping and then finding your fingers in the right place. Certainly that's the thing that catches me out when I try and do this one. So it starts, if we look at bar 1, on the C string, on the 2nd fret there. And I'm just going to pick that with my thumb. And then on the E string, on the no frets, just the open E, I'm going to pick that with my index finger. So C, E, then I put my 2nd finger down on the E and my 3rd. So it's 2, then to the E, open, 2, 3, and then slap, slap, and that's the 1st bar. And then we're into the 2nd bar, where we start on the E string and then we go to the A string in a second. So we're starting on the E, open again, now 2nd, 4th, and then we can flick the A, the open A nicely at the end. We'll just catch that with my index finger as well. So we can go thumb, index, thumb, index, nice and easily between the E and the A strings. And then we do 2 slaps there. So that sounds like. Then we do that pattern twice in the 3rd bar. Just nice and simple. It's the same pattern again. So it's on the E string, open E with the thumb, then 2nd fret with your index finger, 4th fret with your thumb, and then open A, repeat. And then we're back in the 4th bar to the original pattern, starting on the C, 2nd fret on the C with your thumb, then on the E, index on the open E, thumb on the 2nd fret, and then index on the 3rd fret, and then 2 slaps at the end. So it's quite a simple pattern in many ways. It's really just bar 1 and bar 2, and then it's repeated those particular parts. But it's about getting it smoothly together with the slaps and managing to go from finger picking to slapping and back to finger picking without picking the wrong string. That's probably the biggest challenge. So have a good look at that one. It's a really fun one, and you can check out my full song for the Addams family as well on my ukulele channel. So do enjoy that one. And let's finish with the demo so you can hear how it all goes at tempo. This is my fingerpicking tutorial for Hedwig's theme, everyone's favourite tune from the Harry Potter film series. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so we can see here straight away a 4-bar pattern to look at, a 4-bar tab to work through. However, just quick disclaimer, I don't write these out rhythmically accurately just because then it would take up more space and I wouldn't easily be able to fit it all on the screen to teach you all in one go easily. So I've sort of condensed it, but all the notes are correct and in the right place. It's just that if I was to write it out rhythmically, it would take up more spaces and it wouldn't fit over the 4 bars. So it's just broken it up into a 4-bar pattern there to make it nice and easy to look at. So if we look at those 4 bars one at a time, in bar 1 we start on the E string. It's the open E and it goes to the open E after that. So I'm alternating most of this, just my thumb and my index finger, so it's nice and easy to follow. So it's open E, open A, and then our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, and open A again. Where possible, use your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, and 1st finger on the 1st fret. It just makes it easier. Then you can jump up and use the higher frets as well. But on the first 3, it really helps get into a good habit to use those first 3 fingers like that. So it's open E, open A, 3, 2, open. Then we jump to the 7. Now I'm going to go for the 7th fret with my 3rd finger, so I can then stretch the 5th fret with my 2nd finger and then down to the 2nd with my 1st finger. So again, I'm spreading out my 3 fingers there to make it easier. So let's just do that again. 3, 2, open. Jump to the 7th, then my 5th finger, and then 2. And you can see how I went 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 1st finger. Let's do that again. So that's the first bar there. Open E, open A, 3, 2, open, 7, 5, 2, and then we're into the 2nd bar, and it's open A again, open, 3, 2, and then we're down to the E again, 3, 2 on the A, and open on the E. So it's 3 on the E, 2 on the A, and open on the E. And again, if you use your 3rd and 2nd finger for the 3rd and 2nd tabs, it does make it easier. So bar 3 repeats bar 1. We've got the open E string, and then the open A string. And then we've got the 3rd fret on the A and the 2nd fret and the open A. So we've got the same opening pattern. Now we go up to the 7th and then the 10th fret. So here I'm going to go up to the 7th fret with my 2nd finger so I can stretch the 10th fret with my 3rd finger. And that goes 7, 10, 9, 8. Now there, like I said, I put my 2nd finger on the 7th, 3rd finger up to the 10th, and then I just slide my finger down. And that's mainly because I've got to go to the 4th fret next, and it's easier if my 1st finger is then free to stretch down to the 4th fret. Whereas if I played my 2nd and 1st finger there, going down to the 9th and the 8th, I would then have to jump more awkwardly to the 4th fret. So by sliding my 3rd finger down, you get a nice little gliss effect there, very faint one. You can then easily stretch for the final bar down to the 4th fret, and then stretch back with your third finger for the 8, 7, 6 all on the A string. 8, 7, 6. I used 3 different fingers there. Then you have to jump to the 3rd fret on the C string, and then the 3rd fret on the A string, and then the open A to finish with. Now the tricky bit there is the ending the C string, and it's that getting that 3rd fret on the C. Also, having spent the whole piece playing on the E string, trying to then remember to pick the correct string and switch to the C string catches me out a lot. So that's the bit to watch out for, that switch from the 8, 8, 7, 6, then 3. So the other tip there as well, when you do get the 3rd on the C string, you can just lean your finger back, whichever finger you've done, just lean it back to catch the 3rd fret on the E string. You can do it on the same finger. And then it's an open A to finish with. So C, 3rd on C, 3rd on A, open on A. Okay, it's that jump from the E string to the C string at the end that will probably catch you out with that. Just think about, like I've been saying, which fingers you're choosing when you jump up to the 7th and the 10th frets in the middle. It's good to sort of plan which fingers you want to use and when you want to jump and when you want to be able to stretch. Think that through. That's not too difficult. It's mainly on the A string, so actually a lot of that's quite easy. It's just when it changes to the C string that is the biggest challenge there. So it's a beautiful tune to learn on your ukulele, so do have fun with that one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you do enjoy it, please do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This is my fingerpicking tutorial for Smoke on the Water. Let's go. This is a nice 4-bar pattern to learn, really great theme to pick up on your ukulele. It's not necessarily rhythmically perfect, as I always say. I've written it out across 4 bars just so you can easily see it on one screen and we can easily learn it together bar by bar. But if it was written out more fully, it would take up a little bit more space musically. So just keep that in mind. But all the notes are there so you can see them. Just use your ear to put them in. So we start on bar 1 with our first finger on the A string on the 3rd fret, and we're going to stretch straight away up to the 6th and then the 8th fret. So we're working our way up 3rd, 6th, 8 with our 1st, 2nd and 1st fingers, and then we're going to go 3rd, 6th, 9, 8. Now I'm just going to slide with my 3rd finger down from the 9, 8. I suppose you could use your little finger there. I quite like to just do a little slide there. So it's 3, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, 8. And that's the first bar. Relatively simple. This is all on the A string, so it's not as big a challenge as some of the other tutorials I've done. Second bar, we're going to repeat that. 3, 6, 8. And now we're coming back down again. 6, 3. And I'll put some extra 3s in. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3, 6, 8, 6, 3. And then bar 3 is the same, but now we're doubling up on the 8s when we get to them. Just give a bit of rhythm to it. So it's 3, 6, 8, 8, 3, 6, 9, 8, 8. So again, I'm using my 1st, 2nd and 3rd finger to stretch from the 3rd fret to the 6th fret and then to the 8 or the 9. So it's 3, 6, 8, 8, 3, 6, 9, 8, 8. And then the last bar, simply 3, 6, 8, 8, 6, 3, just like we did earlier. 3, 6, 8, 8, 6, 3. So that's a nice, simple one to learn. Just the 4 bars there. Really great pattern to learn on your ukulele. If you like the video, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This is my fingerpicking tutorial series for Ticket to Ride. Now this is only a short pattern that links straight into the song, so this one's not a standalone finger picking pattern really, because it's not really the melody, it's just the introduction to Ticket to Ride, but it's a lovely little pattern to practice and learn on your ukulele, and then you can use it to go straight into the song. So at the end of it, I am going to strum some A chords, because that's where you go with the song, and you need to be able to go from the finger picking to the chords with this one, so it's worth getting into that, and then you can put it into the whole song and look up the song on my channel as well. So I'm going to go through it bar by bar and then throw the chords in at the end. It's relatively simple, it's very repetitive, it's just about accuracy. So it's all on the A string, apart from a couple of open E strings at the end of each bar. So it's open, 7, 4, 2, 4. And then we go to the open on the E, and we can just flick that with our thumb nicely. 7, 4, 2, 4. And we just repeat that basically. So this is just about getting that open E flicked into the open A, and then the 7th fret, the 4th fret, the 2nd fret, back up to the 4th, and then the open again. And then after the 4th time, you hit the open E, and then you strum the A chord. So the last time, and that's the trick, just getting that open E and then hitting your A chord. Okay, so you got to make that quick transition. So it's open E, open A, 7, 4, 2, 4, open, and then strum. Okay, so there's not a lot to that, but it's quite a stretch moving up and down the fingerboard there. So that's the trick really, just making sure you're clearly and accurately hitting the right frets as you do that 4 times that pattern, and then go into the strumming pattern. So do have a look at the whole Ticket to Ride song on my channel. It's a really great song to sing and enjoy on your ukulele. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This is my fingerpicking tutorial for Sailing, a lovely tune to learn to fingerpick on your ukulele. It's a really nice, easy one to learn as well. I've put this into a 4-bar fingerpicking tab that's nice and easy to follow. It might not be rhythmically perfect because I've sort of condensed it just so we can see it all on the screen at the same time. But it's nice and easy to follow. Let's just work through it 1 bar at a time. So, bar 1 starts on the C string, and it's the only note we're going to play on the C string. The rest is on the E and the A. So it starts on the C, on the 2nd fret. Then we drop to the E string, and then it's twice on the E, on the 3rd fret on the E. So it's 2, open, 3, 3. Starting on the C, and then going to the E. 2, open, 3, 3. Then we're on the top A string, and we do the 2 again, 2, 5, 7, 7. Now there I'm stretching. I'm starting on the 2nd fret with my index finger, going up to the 5th fret with my 2nd finger, and then I can stretch easily to the 7th fret with my 3rd finger. So let's put that together. That first bar starts on the C, and then the 2nd bar we work backwards again using my 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 2nd finger on the 5th fret, and my 1st finger on the 3rd fret. So we then work backwards, 7, 5, 5, 3, 3. and then 3, 5, 3, 2. And the only thing there is I did a little slide from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret at the end of that 2nd bar with my 1st finger, because my 2nd finger was further up the fingerboard. So let's just do that again. So it's 7 on your 3rd finger, and then that's on the 2nd finger on the 5th fret, and then to my 1st finger on the 3rd fret. 3, 5, 3, 2, just a little slide there at the end. Then the 3rd bar, I've now got my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, because I'm not needing the 1st fret, so I'm just going to use my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret here. No, I'm not. I'm using my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret here, and my 1st finger on the 2nd fret. So that's 3, 2, 2, open, open. Let's just use my 1st and 2nd fingers. Then 2, open, 3, open. And I'll switch to the E string there for the 3 and open. So it's on the A string, it's 2, open, and I did that on my 1st finger. 2, open, and then on the E string, 3, open. And I did that with my 2nd finger. 2, open, 3, open. With all of these, it doesn't matter if you do use different fingers. I'm just explaining what I find works easiest for me. And then the final bar, open, 3, and again I've used my 2nd finger, open, 3, then 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the A. So it's open, 3 on the E string, then the 2nd fret on the A string, then 3 opens, and then 2 3rd frets on the E string to finish. Okay, that's a really nice, easy pattern to learn. And again, it's just about thinking when, especially when you go up to the 5th and the 7th frets, which fingers are you going to use? You're going to slide or you're going to stretch out. And I find just using your 1st, 2nd and 3rd finger across the 2nd, 5th, or the 3rd, 5th and the 7th frets, the easiest way to do it. So that's a lovely pattern to learn on your ukulele. Do have fun with that one, and then please do look at my full song tutorial as well if you want to learn to sing the song as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This is my fingerpicking tutorial for Here Comes the Sun. Let's get into it. Now this is just a nice little 4-bar phrase from the song that I've chosen to look at. Again, like all of my fingerpicking tutorials, it's not necessarily rhythmically perfectly accurate because I sort of condensed it just so I can fit it into a nice 4-bar pattern. A, so we can fit it on the screen and we can see it all to look at in one go. B, we can talk through it nice and easily across the 4 bars. I find it makes it easier to explain it that way. And not worry about the rhythm. We know how the rhythm goes. Listen to the demo and make sure you're comfortable with that. And then we can use our ears to sort of get the rhythm right. And we're looking in this tutorial at the notes and our fingering and which frets we're using. So that's the focus of the video. So let's just go through the 4 bars one at a time. Starts in bar 1 on the 2nd fret on the A string. Goes like this. That's the opening bar. So on our 2nd fret, then we switch to our 3rd fret on the E string. Now that's nice and easy. You can either use your 2nd and 3rd finger there, or I quite like to start with my 1st and 2nd finger. Just slide it up a fret there, because we're not going any further up we're not using our 1st fret for this song. So we can start with the 1st finger on the 2nd fret there, and my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret. And then we go to the open. So it's 2, 3, open. And then it repeats 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, open, 3. So it's really just a mix of 2, 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the E string, and open on the A string. So it's 2, 3, open, 2, 3, 2, open, 3, and we're just alternating our finger, index finger and thumb on the right hand here. Nice and easy. And then the second bar starts on the E string again. It's open E, then it's 3rd on the E, open A, 3rd on the E, and then the only tricky bit here is getting this really smoothly. 2, open, 2, 3, open. 2, open, 2, 3, open on the A. So that second bar. It's quite a lot of alternating finger picking there, so just really practice that so it's nice and smooth. So far we've had. Then the third bar is exactly the same as the first one. So on the A and the E, starting on the 2nd fret, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, 2, open, 3. And then the 4th bar is just open on the E string, 2nd on the A, open on the A, and then 3, 2 on the E. Open on the E, 2nd on the A, open on the A, 3, 2 on the E. Okay, let's listen to the whole thing so you can see how it fits together. It's really just about being delicate and accurate with that one, and make sure we're just picking out the frets, the strings nice and smoothly and not jarring from one to the other. Okay, let's finish with the demo. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.